Aloha, you're doing wonderful. Here is the high G, here is the C, here is the E, and here is the A. When we sharpen a note, like our spider exercises, we're just simply going up a minor second. If I went a whole major second, it would be a minor second plus a minor second. So when you see me going from a G, skipping the F sharp and going to an F, that F to G is a major second. Our whole step, half step, whole step, half step is a combination of major second, minor second, major second, major second, and then a minor second. That gives us do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Out of that, each one of those notes, C, D, minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, and then B diminished, and then C. Next week we're going to go over why B diminished and G major are super relative and close. So what we're going to do this week is I would like you to do the lesson 1 with me right now. All right, we're going to do 4 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to move up. The last time, after we get all the way up to the 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to go back and go using quarter notes all the way up. Okay, here's the beat. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Remember to use your first finger on that left hand. Sorry, right hand. Switch up. Also keep those fingers close to the fretboard. I'm of course playing in the middle of the fretboard with my right hand just so you can see my fingers plucking it. However, you can use it, pluck it over here on the sound hole, a little bit over the fretboard if you'd like, or maybe down near the saddle. It does make it a little tougher, but you press down the same. Now remember to do all the way up with just quarters after this one. Maybe try and do one really fast, because I know everybody wants to run through these. Maybe one fast. Ready? All right, wonderful. So those spidey exercises should be helping, and you should feel that in your palm right here and then your fingers. If you're having an issue with the 3 and 4, getting notes out of it, try and do those. 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. It'll just make your fingies a little stronger. Okay, so now we're going to move on to lesson 2, and we're going to use the chords that we learned today. So we get the A minor, D minor, and E minor. We also have a variation of different minor chords, but I'll show you bar chords and the diminished next week. So, C major, do, is this open C. When we play the second fret for that D, do, re, that re is a D minor, not a D major. So the way we make a D major is we have the A note, the D note, and the F sharp. When we've got D, E, F sharp, G, A, get rid of our 2 and 4, you're left with D, F sharp, and A. Here's our A, here's our D, here's our F sharp. Well, when we make a major, a minor, we flatten the F sharp to an F, thusly giving us what looks like an F major chord, but we're going to put our third finger on the C string at the second fret to play that D note. So when we do that, it actually gives us an F, D, and A, which is a D minor. So we're going to use that with our rhythm this week. I'm not going to do the rhythm with all the other chords, but I want you to be able to do it with the E minor and the A minor as well, and the G minor. I guess we have 4 chords. So D minor is going to have 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 remember on those last ones to be using your fingernail on the back of your thumb going up like a rake and fingernails going down. You should never really use the fleshy part of your fingers until we go over that technique later, all right? So our chords are the D minor, which is made by playing an F major and then dropping down your D to give you the D minor shape. Remember, it's a D major with the F rather than an F sharp. Our E major is the same thing as our D major, scoot it up to the 4th fret and then playing the B at the 2nd fret. Remember, the E has to have that little whoop, just like the D does, leaving this high A string open, except we're not going to leave that A open. We're going to be putting our first finger down at the 2nd fret to get the B note. All right? So our E major, if we were to take our E major, which has 4 sharps, we would take E, F sharp, G sharp, A, and B, get rid of our 2 and 4, and we'd be left with our E, G sharp, and our B. So when we do this, that gives us B, G sharp, E, and these two are the unison notes. So when we play an E major, which looks like a D major, but at the 4th fret, we have a major overtone. Super happy. Well, when we move that 3rd scale degree, the G sharp, to a G, it removes that happy tone and makes the interval pull back towards the root rather towards the perfect 5th. Therefore, the note gravitates towards having a minor-esque or a melancholy or a sad kind of overtone or perception of it. So when we do the D minor, the E minor, formed by playing the B, the G, and the E, like so, knowing the difference between the E major and the E minor is the first step. Knowing the difference between the D major and the D minor is the first step. But then being able to utilize that all over the fretboard is our next step that we'll talk about next week. Our G major, when we keep the G here and we put our finger on the B flat and then move this finger to the D, we get that minor tone. How did I do that? Well, there's 1 sharp in the key of G. That sharp is the 7th tone, F sharp. So when we do G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, we have G, A, B, C, D. Get rid of my 2 and 4, my sus notes, and I have G, B, and D. When I put my first finger on the 2nd fret on the C string, I get a D note. When I take my middle finger and go all the way to the A string, all the way over there and leave the E string open so my 3rd finger can come and play it, I have my first finger on the D, my 2nd finger on the B, and my 3rd finger on the G, thusly giving me my 1, 3, 5. If I wanted to make that B a B flat, the reasonable way to do that is to switch my fingers. Now, if you're watching this, that switch, that shape right there looks exactly like the F major shape does. It's just not on the same notes. It's utilizing the A string and the C string in lieu of the E string and the high G string. I hope that makes sense. If we keep our 3rd finger here anchored in there and it doesn't move, the practice is to go from G major to G minor using our rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and just switch back between and make sure that you keep your right hand going so you can influence wonderful timing and wonderful rhythm. So this week I'd like you to go through your E minor, your D minor, your A minor, and your G minor, as well as if you want to try to do that one by adding all fingers on the fretboard for something we call chucking. We'll talk about that next week as well. So our new chords for this week, 4 new chords. They're all going to be minors. D minor, E minor, A minor, and G minor. Out of all of those 3 are the 3 chords you need inside of a C major scale to have not only just the tone, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, but C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor. And next week, we'll talk about diminished chords. It was wonderful seeing you. If you could, pick out a song that you like. If we want to, we could do Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, How I Wonder How You Are, Up Above the Ha-na-na. We could go through that because that helps us hear melodies. But if you can also hear Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, 1, 1, 5, 5, 6, 6. 5. In the key of C, we know we would have 1, 1, 5, 5, 6, 6, 5, C, C, G, G, A minor, G. So we're going to associate what we're learning and comparable ideas. It was wonderful seeing you. I'll see you next week. Aloha.